If you need some delicious weeknight dinner ideas, just keep watching. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Tamara. Today I have got 4 delicious weeknight dinner ideas that I know that your family is going to love. Let's go ahead and get cooking, y'all. Manicotti is a great weeknight dinner option. It is super easy to put together, and you could even prep this ahead of time and have it in your fridge ready to go and just pop it in the oven if you have super busy weeknights. I'm going to go ahead and get my noodles cooking up in some boiling salty water, and then in this front pot I'm also cooking up my hamburger meat. You can add in some onion if you want to. You can even add in peppers. I kept it simple and just cooked up ground beef, and I just seasoned with my heart. For our cheese mixture, I just used what I had on hand. I had a little bit of ricotta cheese left in the fridge, and then I also had some cottage cheese that I needed to use up. So I just combined the two. I normally just use ricotta cheese if I'm telling y'all how I normally make it. I feel like it's not as soupy in my opinion. Even with adding an egg in, it can still kind of be a little bit on the runnier side. So normally I do just add ricotta, but since I had that on hand and I was using what I had, I ended up just doing about half and half. I also add in some Parmesan cheese. I normally add in some Italian seasoning. I do add in an egg, and then I also add in some garlic. You can use powdered or you can use fresh minced, whatever you have on hand. I just mix that all together, and then this will be the filling for the inside of our manicotti noodles. And my best tip for you to fill them easily and not make somewhat of a mess is a piping bag or a Ziploc bag. Put this filling in a Ziploc bag or a piping bag, and it's gonna be your saving grace to fill those manicotti noodles. Now that the hamburger meat is cooked, I just drained the grease, added it back into that pot. We're going to add in our jar of spaghetti sauce, give everything a mix, and it is almost time to assemble. When the noodles are cooked to al dente, I like to still leave them with a little bit of a bite because they will finish cooking in the oven. You're going to be putting this in the oven at 350 for about 30 minutes, so it will definitely finish cooking in the casserole dish in the oven. I'm just going to remove those from that pot, and then I'm going to let them sit for a couple minutes to cool down. You don't have to burn your fingers just to fill those noodles. Let them cool down a little bit, and then you can assemble it way easier with cold noodles and using that piping bag for the filling. I put a little bit of spaghetti sauce down at the bottom of my pan, that way my noodles don't burn. And then I'm just going to fill each noodle until the filling is gone or until all the noodles are gone. I never have the perfect ratio of noodles to filling. I don't know about you, but I never have the perfect ratio. I either have enough filling, not enough noodles, or too many noodles and not enough filling. Maybe that's just me, but I'm just going to repeat this until I get this pan filled or run out of either one. And then we will top this with our meat sauce, top it with cheese, and then we will put it in a 350-degree oven for 30 minutes. Here is what it looks like right out of the oven. It is so delicious. It's literally just like a lasagna. It's just a little bit different with the noodles and the way that you put it together. I served this with some roasted cauliflower, which you guys will see that recipe on Saturday, so stay tuned for that. This was definitely an amazing supper. This chicken marsala, I'm telling you, was so good. I have been looking for just new recipe ideas because I've been tired of the same old thing. And I'm so glad I gave this a try. It was delicious. So I have got 6 thin cut chicken breasts there. They're cutlets, and I'm just going to go ahead and give those a season on both sides. Just season with your heart. I'm using the basics: salt, pepper, and some garlic powder. And then on that plate over there, I have got some flour with some same seasonings, and I'm just going to dredge that on both sides, and then we are going to get that put in the pan and get that seared up. You're not cooking it all the way through. You are just giving it some color on both sides and getting that chicken a little bit crispy. Once the chicken was done, I just removed it from that pan and kept it on a plate. And then to that same pan, I'm going to add in a couple tablespoons of butter, and then we're going to go ahead and cook down our mushrooms, and then we are also going to add in some minced garlic. Now that the mushrooms are cooked down to my liking, I'm going to go ahead and add in that garlic. We're going to move that around and get that fragrant for a couple minutes, and then we are going to deglaze our pan with that cooking wine. We are going to put that on a simmer and just kind of have little bitty bubbles all around the pan and just let that reduce for a couple minutes. I did want to mention as well that I am doing a recipe and a half of this sauce mixture because I did have 6 cutlets. The recipe that will be linked down below for you guys will be using 4. Once that Marsala wine reduced down just a little bit, we're going to go ahead and add in our heavy cream, give everything a mix. We're going to lower the heat just a little bit, and then now we are going to let this heavy cream thicken up, and it's going to be a delicious creamy sauce. Once that sauce thickens up, we're going to go ahead and add our chicken back in, and then we are going to put a lid on this, and we are going to let this finish cooking until the chicken is cooked through. Now, one of the good things about using cutlets is that they're thin pieces of chicken, so it's not going to take that long for the chicken to cook all the way through. Just make sure to use a food thermometer. You want the internal temperature of cooked chicken to be 165. I served this over some creamy mashed potatoes with some Parmesan roasted green beans, which y'all, those were so good. Y'all will also see those in Saturday's video, so make sure you stay tuned. Meatloaf is a great weeknight dinner option for us because literally my whole family loves it. Winston absolutely loves meatloaf, so this is a great recipe that I know I can make. He's going to get a full tummy and go to bed happy. I've got 3 pounds of ground beef there. I'm going to add in some breadcrumbs. I do 1 egg per pound in my meatloaf. I'm also adding in some W sauce. And then I like to add in some dry onion soup mix. I make mine homemade. I will have the recipe linked down below for you guys. But you would just add in 1 packet if you were buying it from the store. And then I just season with my heart. Y'all know I say that all the time. Salt, pepper. Of course, that onion soup mix is going to give you really good flavor. So you don't necessarily need to add a lot, but I'm telling y'all, since I've been adding in that onion soup mix, it is so, so good. Now, sometimes I add in chopped peppers and onions, sometimes I don't. This time I didn't. And then I like to do 3 pounds because we want enough to have leftovers. So I'm just going to get that shaped in my casserole pan, and then we're going to get this put in a 375-degree oven for about 30 to 40 minutes. It's just going to depend on how many pounds you're cooking, how long it's going to take. I'm going to put this in there for about 20 minutes, and then we are going to pull it out, add on ketchup on most of it, and then leave a little bit, a sliver, just for me for barbecue sauce because I'm not a fan of ketchup. We're going to put this back in the oven, let it finish cooking until it reaches the internal temperature of 155. And here it is right out of the oven. This night we served it with some sweet carrots, some crescent rolls, and some mashed potatoes, crock pot mashed potatoes. They're my favorite. I will make sure to have that recipe linked down below for you guys. This was so good. Y'all already know my boys love meat and potato kind of meals, and so this is definitely a go-to. Last but not least is chicken broccoli top casserole. This is one of Luke's favorite meals that I make. He asked for it recently, so of course I had to put it on the menu. Now, I have shared this before. I will make sure to have the recipe linked down below, but I've got a lot of new friends here, so I thought I would share it again with you guys. So I've got 2 chicken breasts that I have just cut up, and we're going to go ahead and get those cooking in the pan. I just seasoned with some basic Badia Complete. You just season with your heart, which you know your family is going to enjoy. Now, you don't necessarily have to cook this chicken all the way through because you are going to be putting it in the oven for 30 minutes, but that's totally up to you. I'm going to add in a can of cheddar cheese soup. I'm also going to add in some bacon bits, some sour cream, then we're going to add in some broccoli. I just put it in the microwave for a couple minutes to give it a head start, and this also helps with moisture because once you cook that broccoli, it does have a lot of excess moisture, so I'll make sure to kind of drain some of that water out, and then we're just going to add that in, give everything a stir. You can season it one last time with salt, pepper, and garlic powder, And then since my pan is oven safe, I decided to leave it in this pan. I topped it with my cheese, topped it with my tater tots. If you do not have an oven safe pan that you can put straight into the oven from the stove, then I would just put this in a casserole dish. I do like to season my tater tots with some salt and pepper, and then I'm just going to put this right in the oven at 375 for about 30 minutes. It was really nice having an oven safe pan because I only had one dish I had to worry about. This is a really good recipe, quick and easy for a weeknight, and this is also another one that you can prep ahead, have in your freezer ready to go, and be able just to pop in the oven. And that's it, you guys. That wraps up today's video. I really hope you enjoyed these 4 delicious weeknight dinner ideas. I hope today's video gave you guys some new meal inspiration, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.